If you would like to modify your dimension line, you just have to click on it and you can drag this little dot here and move it anywhere you like. An annotation line appears automatically. And of course, if you click directly on the text, not on the dot, you can modify the text, the dimension as text. So this is the dimension text window where you can replace it with the text, and this is very important. You are not able to replace it with the number because Revit doesn't allow it. The invalid dimension value specifies descriptive text for a dimension segment instead of a numeric value. But if I use the underscore right before the number, Revit will allow to use it, and please believe me that in your documentation when you print your project it won't be seen at all. So if you have to modify one of the dimension, you can add an underscore, but I am not doing this, so I'm going back to the previous setting and use actual value. But I can add an above or below text. So I can add any text like dimension, apply, below, as a prefix, or as a suffix. Apply. If you would like to edit your witness lines in this text, you have to go to the ribbon. There is a button, Edit Witness Lines. So by any time, you can modify your dimensions and add a new one by choosing the individual references and approve the dimension by clicking to an empty white space. Next thing I would like to show you is that if you unselect your dimension and move your cursor to it, and before you click on it, use your tab to select only one of the dimension, you can remove this specific dimension from it by using delete. And Revit warned me that this line are no longer together connected. So I can simply remove this one, and once again, before I will click tab on my keyboard, select this one dimension, and by using this time a button from my keyboard, delete, I will remove the dimension. Now I would like to talk about preferences while dimensioning. So I will go once again to the ribbon tab, Annotate, Tool, Align, and before I start the dimensioning, I will focus on the option bar. Now my preferences are set to wall faces. So if I move my cursor to the building element, as you can see, the wall faces are highlighted blue color. But I will change it for wall center line, and the first line is highlighted is the center of the wall. So I can click on the wall and click right here and very fast make this dimension of the chords of my wall. So you can choose preferences from wall center lines through the wall faces, center of core to the faces of course. You can choose one of it, but you don't have to do it. You can always use a tab button. And here I can decide to which element I would like to select as a reference, the grid of the building, not the center of the wall, which is highlighted with dashed lines. If it wants, I can use tab on my keyboard and choose what to be selected as a reference line. And now the grid is highlighted blue and it's going to be selected to make a dimension. Next, I click some other references and an empty space to approve the dimension. I will place this dimension right over here. Now, if I would like to edit it witness line, just select it and choose Edit Witness Line from the ribbon. And you can add a new dimension. Click on the empty space. As you can see, the wall is hidden under this dimension. It's because I set in my type of the A2 millimeter aerial training text would be an opaque. So to change it, click Edit Type and move my zips down and find the text background parameter and change it for transparent. Click accept, and now the wall is seen under my dimension, but I am afraid it won't be seen on the drawing, so I will take this dot and move it outside the wall. And here I don't need this grid to be shown in this dimension line, so I want to remove it. So I will click it and edit witness line, and I will click on the grid to remove the reference line, and it's okay. Now click on the empty space, move the text on the left, and let's finish the dimension as it is. Thank you for your attention.